Joining me now from Oklahoma City, Chris Wilson. He's a GOP pollster and strategist. Great to see you, Chris. How much do you think Mike Huckabee's thinking about this today?
Well, probably a lot. You know, it's been said that you don't pick a fight with someone who buys ink by the barrel, and you sure don't pick a fight with someone who has 20 million listeners nationally, 9 stations in Iowa alone. It's just not really a smart move on behalf of the Huckabee campaign. And I think that's why you've seen Mike Huckabee himself really sort of backtrack a little bit, say, I like Rush, I agree with Rush, and he's trying to fix this. But it may be a situation where someone in his campaign has caused irreparable damage.
It's not just that he has so many viewers and listeners. He has the kind of people that Mike Huckabee needs, doesn't he?
He absolutely does. This is Mike Huckabee's base. In a state like Iowa, where he's built a coalition on conservatives and Christian conservatives, a group that very heavily listens to Rush Limbaugh, it is a situation where Huckabee is really creating damage for himself. And it's, again, it's an issue where he said now that he's tried to reach or he wants to talk to Limbaugh and for Limbaugh to call him, and Limbaugh said that, well, your people have my number. And it almost risks looking a little bit silly between the two, and it's one that Huckabee needs to get away from quickly.
Yeah, I don't know why he said as much as he said. Maybe a fewer words might have been better. But let's see what today's A-list has to say. Stick around with us, Chris. Suzanne Johnson Cook is a former advisor to Bill Clinton. She's joining us. Gary Kashmir is the criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor, but I saw him shaking his head in all directions on this one. And Janine Pirro is a former district attorney and judge, also a Fox News legal analyst. Hi, Janine.
Hi,
and our wild card today, and I do emphasize he's wild, Andy Levy. Have you ever seen him on the Red Eye? He's a contributor there, but he's here today, and I know he's got an opinion on this as well. So let's talk about it. Andy, let me start with you. Is Mike Huckabee in trouble here?
I don't know that he's in trouble here, because to me the dirty little secret of Mike Huckabee is he's not really running as a conservative. He's running as a Christian and as more of sort of a Christian populist. He's not. A lot of his positions aren't conservative. They're more, he's kind of just a snake oil salesman, just kind of a for your own, I'm going to do this for your own good kind of thing. He's really the John Edwards of the right.
Well, now he's going to have something to say about you. I'll be looking for that quote. Gary, what do you think? What does Mike Huckabee need to do? What should Rush do? Or has Rush said his piece and that's it?
I think making Rush Limbaugh mad is a bad mistake. I don't think Rush Limbaugh is going to, I don't think Rush Limbaugh liked Huckabee that much to begin with. And now you've given him an avenue. He's got access to so many people. I remember Rush was interviewed earlier on during the campaign, and he said, you know, a nice base would be a contest against Hillary and somebody else, and he could really get his base out and really get the vote out for the Republicans if that happened. And now he's spending time destroying Huckabee's campaign, and I'm telling you, it could be very effective if Huckabee doesn't.
Well, I don't know if destroy, that's pretty strong, but so we're talking about it, Susan. This is really your expertise. Are the Democrats going to talk about this?
They're talking about it right now, but I think the question is this the kind of man you want for your president? I mean, Hillary has been attacked from every standpoint, but she took the stand. These are my issues. This is what I stand on. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to whip. I don't want to love Limbaugh. I mean, he's whining. He's wimping out. Please. What does he stand for? So is this who you want to be president?
Toughen up.
Toughen up. If you want to be president of the United States, I want you to be my leader, not a whiner.
Oh, Janine, do you think he's a whiner?
No, I don't think he's a whiner. But I have to tell you, Jamie, as someone who's been in 5 political campaigns, this is a nightmare for Huckabee. What he's got to do is not talk to a reporter and say, by the way, do you have his number? The first thing he's got to do is get on the phone with this guy, because this can be lethal. It's something he's got to fix. And by the way, you know, the problem started in Atlantic Magazine, which is a very liberal magazine, where they kind of teed up that a Huckabee alibi said X, Y, and Z. Who is the Huckabee alibi? Is he a staffer? Is he a spokesperson? No. It almost sounds like the two of them are caught in this kind of setup where they're both getting hurt. But obviously more Huckabee than Rush.
And Andy, let me ask you, if in fact Huckabee's right and Rush is an entertainer, and I personally think he's a lot more than that, is this just entertainment or fodder?
No, I mean, I think Rush believes what he's saying. But
he attacks everybody, though.
Look,
that's what he
first
does.
Of all, I don't think holding Hillary up is a shining example of standing your ground on an issue and not waffling.
I'm saying if you're going to be a leader, you're going to be attacked. That's my point.
I agree.
And
but
so
look,
everybody's
both Huckabee and his wife have compared their campaign fundraising to the miracle of loaves and fishes. And I just think if you've got that kind of endorsement behind you, who cares what Rush Limbaugh thinks?
The big quotes of the day, that and the snake oil salesman. Thanks very much.